Hello, everyone, and welcome back to your daily dose of English, where learning English is easy and fun. I'm Tom.
Hello, Tom, and hello to all our wonderful listeners out there. It's such a great day to learn some English. How are you today, Tom?
I'm doing fantastic, Sarah. I'm feeling very excited about our topic today. It's something everyone can use. How about you?
I'm great, Tom. I'm ready to help our listeners become confident English speakers. And before we jump into our lesson, we have a small favor to ask all of you listening.
That's right. If you're enjoying our podcast and learning English with us, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel, Your Daily Dose of English. Just click that subscribe button. It's super easy, and it helps us so much.
Yes, and please give this episode a like, a big thumbs up. It really makes a difference for us. And share it with your friends, your family, anyone who wants to learn English, and have fun doing it. Sharing is caring.
Thank you, everyone, for your support. We really appreciate it. Okay, Sarah, so what exciting topic do we have for our amazing listeners today?
Today, Tom, we're going to talk about something that makes many English learners feel nervous: ordering food at a restaurant in English.
Oh, that's such an important topic, Sarah. I think a lot of people feel scared when they sit down at a restaurant and see the waiter coming.
They do. And you know what? It's completely normal to feel nervous. Even I used to feel nervous when I started learning English. I remember my first time ordering food in an English-speaking country. My hands were shaking.
Really? What happened?
Well, I was at a small cafe in London, and when the waiter asked me, "What would you like?" my mind went completely blank. I just pointed at the menu and said, "This one." I was so embarrassed.
That's okay, Sarah. We've all been there. I remember once I went to a restaurant in New York and I wanted to order a salad. But I said, "I want salad, without please," or anything polite. The waiter looked at me a little strange.
See, we all make mistakes. But the good news is ordering food is actually not difficult once you know the right phrases and expressions. And that's exactly what we're going to teach you today.
Yes, we're going to start from the very beginning, from the basic phrases for beginners, and then we'll move to more advanced polite expressions. By the end of this episode, you'll feel confident and ready to order like a pro.
That's right. So let's start with the basics. Tom, when you first arrive at a restaurant, what's the first thing that happens?
Usually someone at the front will greet you. They might say welcome or hello, how many people? This means they want to know how many people are in your group.
Exactly. So, if you're alone, you can say just one, please. If you're with one friend, you say two, please. Or maybe three or four. It's very simple. Always add please at the end. It's polite.
Yes, please is so important. In English-speaking countries, being polite is very, very important, especially at restaurants. So after you tell them how many people, they will probably say, "Follow me," or "This way, please." Then they take you to your table.
And once you sit down, they usually give you a menu. The menu is the list of all the food and drinks. Sometimes the waiter will say, "Here's your menu. I'll be back in a few minutes to take your order."
Right. So you have some time to look at the menu and decide what you want to eat. And here's a tip for our listeners. If you don't understand something on the menu, don't be shy. You can ask questions. It's totally normal.
Absolutely. Let's talk about how to ask questions about the menu. This is so useful. Tom, what if someone doesn't know what a dish is? Like they see a word they don't understand.
Good question. You can simply ask, "What is this?" and point to the menu. Or you can be more specific and say, "Excuse me, what is a Caesar salad?" Or "What is in the pasta carbonara?"
Perfect. And the waiter will explain it to you. They might say, "It's a salad with lettuce, cheese, and dressing." Or, "It's pasta with eggs, cheese, and bacon." They're used to answering these questions, so don't worry.
Another useful question is about spice. If you don't like spicy food, you can ask, "Is this dish spicy?" They will tell you yes or no. If it's spicy and you don't want spiced, you can say, "Can I have it without the spice?" Or, "Can you make it mild?"
That's a great tip. And what about recommendations? Sometimes there are too many choices, and you don't know what to pick.
Oh yes, this happens to me all the time. You can ask the waiter, "What do you recommend?" This means, what do you think is good? Or you can ask, what's popular here? Or, what's your favourite dish?
Waiters love these questions because it shows you trust them, and usually they know which dishes are really delicious. I always ask for recommendations when I go to a new restaurant.
Me too. It's a great way to find the best food. Okay, so now you've looked at the menu, you've asked your questions, and you know what you want. The waiter comes back and says, "Are you ready to order?" What do you say?
If you're ready, you can say, "Yes, please." If you need more time, you can say, "Can we have a few more minutes, please?" Or, "Not yet, thank you. They will come back later."
Yes, they won't be upset. It's fine to ask for more time. But let's say you're ready. Now comes the important part. How do you actually order your food?
So, there are different ways to order, from very simple to more polite. For beginners, the simplest way is to say, "I want," plus the name of the food. For example, "I want a burger," or "I want the chicken." That's the most basic way, and it works. But Tom, I think we should tell our listeners that "I want" can sound a little bit direct, maybe not the most polite.
You're absolutely right, Sarah. It's not rude, but it's not the softest way. A better way for beginners is to say, "I would like," or "I'll have." For example, "I would like a burger," or "I'll have the chicken."
Yes, "I would like" is more polite. It sounds softer and more respectful. And "I'll have" is very common. Native speakers use it all the time. It's casual, but still polite.
Exactly. So let's practice. Sarah, imagine I'm the waiter. Are you ready to order?
"Oh, yes, I'll have the grilled salmon, please."
Great choice. And would you like anything to drink?
"Yes, I would like a glass of water, please."
Perfect. See how natural that sounds? "I'll have" and "I would like" are your best friends when ordering.
They really are. Now, let's talk about some more advanced expressions. These are for learners who want to sound even more polite and natural.
Yes, one very polite way to order is to use "could I have" or "could I get." For example, "Could I have the steak, please?" Or "Could I get a salad?" This is very polite and very common.
I love "could I have." It sounds so nice and polite. Another expression is "may I have." For example, "May I have the pasta, please?" This is also very polite, maybe a little more formal.
That's true. "May I" sounds a little more formal, like at a fancy restaurant. But both are great. Now, Tom, what about when you want to customize your order? Like you want something a little different from what's on the menu?
Oh, that's a great point. Customizing is very common in English-speaking countries, especially in America. People often ask for changes to their food. You can say, "Can I have?" or "Could I have?" and then explain what you want.
Right. For example, if you want a burger but you don't want onions, you can say, "Can I have the burger without onions, please?" Or, "Could I have the burger but no onions?"
Yes, perfect. And if you want to add something extra, you can say, "Can I have extra cheese?" or "Could I add avocado to my sandwich?"
And here's a useful phrase. If you want something on the side, meaning not mixed with your food, you can say, "Can I have the dressing on the side?" This is common with salads. You want the sauce separate.
That's so useful. I use that all the time. And what about cooking preferences, like how you want your meat cooked?
Oh yes, this is important, especially for steak. If you order a steak, the waiter will usually ask, "How would you like that cooked?" The options are rare, medium, medium well, or well done.
Rare means it's very pink inside and juicy. Well done means it's completely cooked through, no pink. Medium is right in the middle. So you just say, "Medium, please," or "Well done, please."
Exactly. And if you're not sure, you can ask, "What do you recommend?" They can help you choose. Now, Sarah, let's talk about something really important. Dietary restrictions.
Yes, this is so important. Dietary restrictions mean special needs with food, like if you're vegetarian, which means you don't eat meat, or if you have allergies, which means some foods make you sick.
Right. Many people have dietary restrictions nowadays, and restaurants are very used to handling them. The key is to tell the waiter clearly before you order.
Absolutely. Let's start with vegetarian. If you're vegetarian, you can say, I'm vegetarian. Do you have any vegetarian options? Or, which dishes don't have meat?
Perfect. And if you're vegan, which means you don't eat any animal products at all, no meat, no eggs, no cheese, no milk, you say, I'm vegan. Do you have vegan options?
Yes, and most restaurants now have vegetarian and vegan dishes. They're very common. What about allergies, Tom?
Allergies are very serious, so you need to be very clear. You can say, I'm allergic to, and then the food. For example, I'm allergic to peanuts, or I'm allergic to shellfish. The word shellfish means seafood like shrimp, lobster, crab.
That's so important. And you can also say, I have a nut allergy, or I can't eat dairy. Dairy means milk products like cheese, butter, milk, cream.
Yes, and the waiter will help you find something safe to eat. They take allergies very seriously. You can also ask, does this dish contain nuts? Or is there any dairy in this?
Good questions. And one more common restriction is gluten-free. Gluten is found in bread, pasta, wheat. Many people can't eat gluten. You can say, I need gluten-free options, or do you have gluten-free bread?
Exactly. Restaurants are very helpful with these requests. Don't be embarrassed to ask. Your health is important. Okay, so now you've ordered your food, you've told them about any dietary needs, and you're waiting for your meal. The food arrives. What happens next?
Usually the waiter will bring your food and say something like, here's your burger, or enjoy your meal. You can simply say, thank you.
Yes, and sometimes they'll ask, is everything okay? Or, how is everything? This is their way of checking if you're happy with the food. If everything is good, you can say, it's delicious, thank you, or everything is great, or just, yes, it's wonderful.
But what if there's a problem? What if your food is cold, or it's not what you ordered?
Good question, Sarah. If there's a problem, you should tell the waiter politely. Don't be afraid, they want you to be happy. You can say, excuse me, I think there's a problem.
Yes, and then explain the issue. For example, I ordered the chicken, but this is fish, or my soup is cold. Could I have it hot, please?
Or if your food is not cooked right, you can say, I ordered my steak medium, but this is well done. Could I get a new one, please? Always be polite and add, please.
Exactly. Most restaurants will fix the problem immediately and apologize. They want you to have a good experience. Now let's talk about drinks. Sometimes the waiter will ask, would you like something to drink? At the beginning.
Right, and you can order water, soda, juice, coffee, tea. If you want regular water from the tap, you say, I'll have tap water, please. If you want bottled water, you say, can I have bottled water, please? In some countries, they might ask, still or sparkling. Still means regular water. Sparkling means water with bubbles.
Good explanation. And for coffee or tea, they might ask, would you like cream or sugar? You can say, just cream, please, or no sugar, thank you, or both, please.
If you want refills, which means more of the same drink, you can say, can I have a refill, please? Or, may I have some more water? In many American restaurants, refills are free. That's true. In America, drinks like soda and water often come with free refills, but in other countries like the UK or Australia, you usually pay for each drink. So don't be surprised if they charge you.
Good point. Okay, Tom, now let's imagine you finished eating. Your plate is empty and you're full and happy. What's next?
Next is paying the bill. The bill is the piece of paper that shows how much you need to pay. It's also called the check in American English. In British English, people usually say bill.
Right. So when you're ready to pay, you need to get the waiter's attention. You can raise your hand a little and say, excuse me, or excuse me, could we have the check, please? Or could I have the bill, please?
In some restaurants, they bring the bill automatically when you finish eating. But in other restaurants, especially in Europe, they wait for you to ask because they don't want to rush you.
That's an important cultural difference. In America, waiters usually bring the check pretty quickly. In Europe, they might wait longer because they want you to relax and enjoy, so you need to ask for it.
Exactly. When they bring the bill, you can look at it to make sure everything is correct. Sometimes mistakes happen. If you see a problem, you can politely say, "Excuse me, I think there's a mistake on the bill."
Yes, and they'll fix it. Now, how do you actually pay? There are different ways. You can pay with cash or with a card, like a credit card or debit card.
If you're paying with cash, you can just leave the money on the table with the bill. If you're paying with a card, you can say, "Can I pay by card?" Or, "Do you take credit cards?" Most restaurants do nowadays.
In some restaurants, you pay at the table. The waiter brings a card machine to your table. In other restaurants, you pay at the counter near the front. If you're not sure, you can ask, "Where do I pay?"
Good question to ask. Now, Sarah, let's talk about tipping. This is a very important cultural topic.
Oh, yes, tipping is so important to understand. A tip is extra money you give to the waiter for their service. But the rules are different in different countries.
That's right. In the United States, tipping is basically required. It's expected. You should tip 15 to 20% of your bill. So if your bill is $50, you should leave about $10 as a tip.
Yes, in America, waiters don't get paid much by the restaurant. They rely on tips for their income, so it's really important to tip.
But in other countries like Japan, Australia, and many European countries, tipping is not required. Sometimes it's even considered rude. The service charge is already included in the price.
So our listeners need to know the custom of the country they're in. In the UK, tipping is optional but appreciated. Maybe 10% if the service was good. In Japan, you don't tip at all.
Right, if you're not sure, you can ask someone local or look it up online before you go. But in America, Canada, and Mexico, always tip. It's part of the culture.
How do you leave a tip, Tom? If you're paying with cash, you can just leave the extra money on the table with your payment. If you're paying with a card, there's usually a line on the receipt where you write the tip amount.
Yes, the receipt is the paper that shows your payment. You write the tip amount, then add it to the total, and sign your name. The waiter will see it later.
Okay, so you've paid, you've left a tip if needed, and now you're ready to leave. Is there anything else to say?
You can say thank you or thanks for everything to the waiter. Sometimes people say the food was delicious or we really enjoyed it. It's nice to give a compliment.
Yes, waiters appreciate that. And they might say, "Thank you, have a great day," or "Come back soon." You can say, "You too, goodbye."
Perfect. Now, Tom, I think we should talk about cultural differences more, because ordering food in America is different from ordering in the UK or Australia.
Great idea, Sarah. Let's start with America. American restaurants are usually very friendly and casual. The waiters often introduce themselves. They say, "Hi, I'm Mike. I'll be your server today." This is normal. They want to be friendly.
Yes, and American waiters are very attentive. That means they come to your table often to check on you. They might refill your drinks without asking. They want to make sure you're happy.
They do. And in America, portions are usually very big. So don't be surprised if your plate is huge. You might not finish everything. If you don't finish, you can ask, "Can I have a to-go box?" Or, "Can I have a doggy bag?" This means a container to take the leftover food home.
Asking for a to-go box is very common in America. It's not rude at all. But in some other countries, taking food home is less common. Now, what about the UK, Tom?
In the UK, restaurants are a bit more formal, not as casual as America. The waiters are polite but might not chat with you as much. They give you more space, and the portions are usually smaller than America.
True. And in the UK, they say bill, not check. And remember, tipping is less, around 10%, and it's optional. Also in the UK, it's common to split the bill. That means each person pays for their own food.
Yes, if you want to split the bill, you can say, "Can we have separate checks?" Or, "Can we split the bill, please?" Some restaurants can do this easily. Others might need a moment to calculate.
Right. What about Australia? Australian restaurants are somewhere in between American and British. They're friendly, but also give you space.
Yes, and in Australia, tipping is not expected. The minimum wage is higher, so waiters don't rely on tips. But if you want to leave a small tip for excellent service, maybe 5 or 10%, that's nice but not required.
Exactly. And in Australia, they also say bill, like the UK. One more thing. In Australia and the UK, you often order at the counter at cafes. You go up to the front, order and pay, then they bring the food to your table later.
That's different from America, where you sit down first and the waiter comes to you. So our listeners need to look around when they enter. If you see a line at the counter, that means you order there.
Good tip. Cultural awareness is so important. It helps you feel more confident and avoid confusion. Now, Sarah, before we finish, let's review all the key phrases our listeners need to remember.
Great idea. Let's start with the basics. When you arrive, table for two, please. When you're ready to order, I'll have or I would like. To ask questions, what is this? Or what do you recommend?
Perfect. For dietary needs, I'm vegetarian or I'm allergic to peanuts. To customize, can I have it without onions? Or could I add extra cheese? When the food arrives, thank you or it looks delicious.
If there's a problem, excuse me, I think there's a mistake. For drinks, can I have a refill, please? To pay, could we have the check, please? And to compliment, the food was wonderful, thank you.
Excellent summary. These phrases will carry you through any restaurant situation. Remember, our listeners, the most important thing is to be polite. Add please and thank you. And don't be afraid to ask questions.
Yes, waiters are there to help you. They want you to have a good experience. And making mistakes is okay. Even native speakers make mistakes sometimes.
Absolutely. The more you practice, the more confident you'll become. Start with simple phrases and slowly add more polite expressions as you get comfortable.
And remember, ordering food is supposed to be fun. You're about to eat delicious food. Enjoy the experience. Don't stress too much about perfect English.
Great advice, Sarah. Every restaurant visit is a chance to practice your English. Even if you feel nervous, just take a deep breath and try. You can do it.
We believe in you, and we hope this episode has helped you feel more prepared and confident. Tom, this was such a useful lesson.
It really was, Sarah. I think our listeners now have all the tools they need to order food like a pro in any English-speaking restaurant.
I agree. And now our episode is coming to an end. Time flies when you're having fun.
It really does. But before we say goodbye, we have a question for all of you listening.
Yes, please go to the comments below and tell us, what is your favorite food to order at a restaurant? We want to know, do you like pizza, pasta, burgers, salads? Tell us in the comments. We love reading them.
And please, if you found this episode helpful, don't forget to subscribe to your daily dose of English. Click that subscribe button. It really helps us create more lessons for you.
And give us a like, a big thumbs up. Share this episode with your friends who are learning English. The more people we can help, the better.
Thank you all so much for listening today. We hope you feel ready to go to a restaurant and order confidently in English.
Yes, remember to practice these phrases. Maybe even practice in front of a mirror at home. The more you say them, the easier they become.
Excellent tip. Keep practicing, keep learning, and most importantly, have fun with your English.
Thank you, everyone. Until next time, keep smiling and keep speaking English. Goodbye.
Bye for now, everyone. See you in the next episode of your daily dose of English. Take care.